everyone, and welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Today, we're talking about something that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now in labs around the world. You know how parrots can mimic human speech, right? It's pretty cool, sometimes hilarious. But what if I told you this ability isn't just a party trick? Scientists are discovering that the brains of these feathered chatterboxes, and even their DNA, share some astonishing similarities with our own when it comes to producing sound and learning language. This is huge, folks. It's not just teaching us about parrots, it's giving us incredible insights into the very evolution of human language. So buckle up. Let's start with a really cool discovery, something scientists are calling a vocal keyboard. Imagine this. A study fresh off the press in the journal Nature in March 2025. Yes, you heard that right, hot science. Looked at budgerigars, those small, adorable parakeets. Researchers Michael Long and Zetian Yang from New York University Langone Health found that these little birds have language-producing centers in their brains that are strikingly similar to ours. In a specific brain region called the anterior archipallium, or AAC, certain nerve cells allow budgies to combine different sound elements, like musical notes on a keyboard. Different groups of cells produce different sounds, kind of like our consonants and vowels, at various pitches. So when a budgie plays this vocal keyboard, it can generate a whole symphony of sounds. This is incredibly similar to how our brains encode speech, where specific neural patterns control the muscles in our lips and tongue. And get this, so far, budgerigars are the only non-human animals known to have language-producing centers organized in such a human-like way. Mind blown yet? So how did this happen? Humans and parrots are not exactly close relatives on the evolutionary tree. In fact, we're separated by over 300 million years of evolution. Yet, here we are, with similar brain structures for vocal learning. This, my friends, is a classic example of something called convergent evolution. It's when different species independently evolve similar traits to solve similar problems or grab similar opportunities. Think of wings in birds and bats. Different origins, same solution for flight. In this case, both humans and parrots developed sophisticated ways to learn complex vocalizations independently. It's like nature said, hey, this complex sound thing is useful, and here's a really good way to build the brain wiring for it. And both our distant ancestors and parrot ancestors stumbled upon similar designs. Researchers are even looking at brain transcriptomes, that's the complete set of RNA messages in the brain, and finding similar gene activity in the song and speech regions of these birds and us. But parrots aren't just like other birds that can learn songs, like songbirds or hummingbirds. They have an extra trick up their feathered sleeves. Their brains have what scientists call a song system within a song system. Picture this. They have the core song areas, similar to other vocal learning birds, but these are surrounded by shell regions, which are unique to parrots. And guess what? These shell regions are especially well developed in the parrot superstars of speech mimicry. Think African greys, Amazon parrots, and those beautiful blue and gold macaws. The theory is that this more complex, duplicated system in parrots gives them a supercharged ability to integrate what they hear with how they produce sounds, essentially turbo-boosting their mimicry skills. Amazingly, this special structure was missed by scientists for over 3 decades. Its discovery is now opening up brand new ways to understand how parrots can copy all those novel sounds, including our words. Okay, so we have similar brain structures. What about the genetic instructions, the blueprints? You guessed it, there are parallels there too. Scientists have found a consistent set of over 50 genes that show similar patterns of activity in the brains of vocal learning birds, including parrots, and humans when we're speaking or they're singing. These genes are involved in really important stuff, like motor control, and building new connections between brain cells that control the muscles producing sound. One gene you might have heard about is FOXP2. It's super important for vocal learning in both us and songbirds. In fact, when songbirds sing, the activity of FOXP2 changes in a key brain area involved in their vocal control, which then affects thousands of other genes. And in humans, Mutations in the FOXP2 gene often lead to speech and language problems. Scientists have also found accelerated genomic regions, basically parts of the DNA that have changed faster than expected, suggesting they're really important, near genes like FOXP2 in vocal learning birds. This points to a deep molecular similarity between birdsong and human spoken language. It's like we're running similar software on different hardware, but some of the core code is surprisingly alike. This is all fascinating, right? But it gets even more impactful. These similarities between parrot and human brains could be a game changer for understanding and treating human speech disorders. Millions of people suffer from conditions like apraxia, where it's hard to plan speech movements, or aphasia, difficulty producing language, often after a stroke or brain injury. By studying how the parrot brain, especially that AAC region we talked about, the vocal keyboard, organizes sound, researchers hope to figure out what goes wrong in these human communication problems. Parakeets, with their human-like speech patterns at the neural level, are now being seen as a vital new animal model for investigating speech motor control. Imagine, understanding the genes like FOXP2 and the networks they control could lead to new treatments for speech issues, even those linked with conditions like autism. These little birds could hold big answers. Now, parrots are amazing mimics, but what are they actually saying to asterisk each other with all those complex chirps, squawks, and warbles? That's the million-dollar question. Researchers like Michael Long, who we mentioned earlier, are now using cutting-edge machine learning to try and translate budgie. They're feeding all these natural vocalizations into computers, hoping to decode their meaning. Wouldn't it be incredible to find out if their natural language, not just how they produce sounds, also shares similarities with ours? The mind boggles. All this research is doing more than just making us appreciate parrots even more. It's challenging a long-held idea that complex vocal learning and sophisticated communication are uniquely human. It turns out we might not be so special after all. Or at least, the capacity for complex vocalization isn't exclusively ours. These studies highlight the incredible cognitive abilities of parrots and really broaden our view on how intelligence and language have evolved across the entire animal kingdom. Discovering that parrot genomes are packed with genes critical for human brain function, and that they might have evolved similar ways to develop higher cognitive abilities, really cements their importance as a model for understanding these complex traits. So, the journey into the minds of these feathered conversationalists is far from over. Every new discovery about their amazing vocal talents and the brain and genetic mechanisms behind them brings us a step closer to understanding the incredibly complex web of communication that connects all living things. These shared speech blueprints between us and parrots are a stunning example of convergent evolution. They offer a unique peek into the biological foundations of language, one of our most defining human characteristics. As science marches on, these feathered prodigies will undoubtedly keep teaching us more about ourselves and about the rich, vocal tapestry of life on Earth. It's a reminder that we share this planet with some truly remarkable minds. That's all the time we have for today on G Fun Facts Online. I hope you found that as fascinating as I did. Join us next time for more incredible science. Until then, stay curious.